I'm Mitch Henck with a few thoughts on name calling. Name calling works in American politics and in American life. Back in the 50s, Senator Joe McCarthy of Wisconsin made a career by going after communists. Communists in the Defense Department, communists in Hollywood. People were afraid of being called a communist or associating with communists. In fact, the Cincinnati Reds changed their name to Red Legs. And we got into the 60s, and people who protested too much on civil rights or against the war in Vietnam were called troublemakers. And even the 64 convention in San Francisco, the Republicans really went nuts over that, nominated Barry Goldwater. They didn't like the troublemakers. Well, they lost in that, but Nixon in the late 60s was against the freaks, and as my uncle would say, commie pinko hippie freaks. And he appealed to the silent majority in law and order. So again, name calling worked for him. In the 70s, liberal became a dirty word. And eventually, when Ronald Reagan won in 1980, it was Morning in America, bring back values against secular humanism, and those liberal icons who lost in the Senate, George McGovern, Frank Church, Birch Bayh, all too liberal. We were going back toward values. 84, Morning in America. In 88, the same thing happened. The name calling was working. George Bush Sr. called Mike Dukakis a teetotaling member of the ACLU. Well, as we moved into the 90s and 2000s, Democrats went on the offensive and started calling Republicans and conservatives who were against gay rights homophobic, and people who were against certain issues of reproductive freedoms for women engaging in a war on women. So again, name calling on the attack. But it's starting to backfire this year because in Colorado, they were calling Senator Udall Senator Uterus. People got sick of the war on women. And they got sick of the charge that if they were against certain policies, they were racist. If they opposed the president, they were racist. So there's a backfiring and a backlash against the name calling. So if we pass the point of name calling where we can just argue ideas, debate philosophies, policies, that's what we should do. Otherwise, we're just relegated to the mentality of a bumper sticker. It degrades politics and it degrades American culture. And those are my 2 cents. My 2 minutes are brought to you by Babe Sports Grill, Capital Consultants, Greenbush Bakery, Weedman, and Edge Construction. They'll do your staircase, your kitchen, your bathroom. They'll make your home feel just like home. Mike Tuig and Edge Construction. We'll see you next time.